Jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagy? Jó? I'm being quiet because I don't want to wake anybody up. Hmm. Oh boy, that's good. I can't tell where to look in the camera. I don't know where the camera is. Maybe the camera is where is the camera? It doesn't matter. Anyway, good morning. Start of another day. Hmm. You know, yesterday was an interesting day because I woke up early in the morning down in Armadale and I was going to drive to Brisbane. I didn't have any place booked because I didn't know if I'd get across the border. So I was going to drive across the border and then decide where I was going to stay in Brisbane or Brizzy. They call it Brizzy. That's what they call it. They call it Brizzy. So I wasn't sure where I was going to stay in Brizzy. And I was driving along, and every now and then I'll glance down to see what comments were made on my videos. And yesterday, somebody made a comment that I should stop and see some national park along the way, and I might even consider Toowoomba. Now, it was interesting that he said that I should consider Toowoomba. Don't you love how that bounces off the tongue? Toowoomba. Toowoomba. I'm going to Toowoomba. But anyway, so this gentleman sent me a message on my video yesterday. Maybe you should try Toowoomba. And I had thought about Toowoomba. I had actually planned to come to Toowoomba. That was my next stop originally. I had planned to come to Toowoomba and spend the better part of a week up here. And then somebody else that follows my videos had told me that they weren't too keen on Toowoomba. You know, it just wasn't, it was more of a, no, I don't know. I didn't get the most favorable impression from this other person. So when I woke up yesterday to leave Armadale, headed for Brizzy, Toowoomba wasn't on my radar. And then this gentleman left the comment that I should consider Toowoomba. And I looked at my map and it was about 2 hours to Brizzy or 2 hours to Toowoomba or something like that. And I figure, what the hell? I'll go to Toowoomba. That's what I'll do. So I pulled up Airbnb on my phone, and I found this place where I'm in right now in Toowoomba. I'm in a beautiful neighborhood. So 2 hours. Okay. So I'm in a beautiful neighborhood here in Toowoomba, and I paid, oh, I don't know, what did I paid like $50 a night. So I paid $50 a night. And when I booked the place, when I when I booked the place, it was the nicest looking couple. Just big smiles and everything. Just the nicest looking couple. So I booked the place, and from the names of the people and the looks, I could tell that they were perhaps well, they looked Indian. You know, they looked like they were, you know, from India. Big smiles. So I requested to stay here, and they accepted my invitation. So I show up. I show up, and they open the door, and I see little kids. There's little kids, and and the and the family. The long and short of it is this: the absolute most wonderful, beautiful family. I don't think that I've ever felt more welcomed than I did walking into this home yesterday. I mean, the amount of love. They have a little boy. His name is Taj, as in the Taj Mahal. He's such a delightful young man. He helped me get my laundry started last night. He was handing me my pins, to hang up the laundry outside and everything. And Taj, just a wonderful, wonderful young man. And then there was Sophie. To somebody is looking here. Who is it? Sandy Moonstone. So, so anyway, and then there was Sophie. Sophie is a young lady. She's probably, oh, I can't imagine. She's probably 12, 13 years old. She just has the most beautiful, graceful smile about herself, and she's learning piano, and just a delightful, delightful young lady. But anyway, as I went to go to sleep last night, hmm, as I went to go to sleep last night, I uh, I found myself thinking back. I found myself thinking that they'd made me feel like I was just one of the family. I hadn't even been in her house a couple hours, and I felt like I was one of the family. Really interesting. And they have this big, beautiful house. They have a really, really big, beautiful house. Now, this person that's typing these messages is going to write down house. Watch. So somebody is somebody's playing with us with the comments. But anyway, um, so here I am in Toowoomba, and I went down to the I think it's called Queens Park here in Toowoomba. This is known as the Garden City. Before I forget, the All in the Family reference. That's what I felt like as I was going to sleep last night. I felt like I was one of the family, and I remembered when I was a kid growing up, we had the Archie Bunker show, and my sister, bless her heart, my sister that has Down syndrome, Monica, that was her favorite show, Archie Bunker and All in the Family, and Hee Haw, and it was Monica's favorite show. But anyway, so there's the reference to the All in the Family. But anyway, so here I am in Toowoomba, and I don't know how long I'm gonna stay, but mm, boy, that coffee's good. Let me share the place with you as I'm able to. Okay, they're all sleeping. Okay, the family, the family, the family's all sleeping. But see, for $50 a night, I've got full use of the kitchen. You see, they had a birthday party, but I've got full use of the kitchen here. Oh, I could kick back on the sofa if I wanted to, put on the telly, you see. But just an absolutely wonderful family. And this is where, so the two boys, they play clarinet, and that's where Sophie plays her piano. You see? Just wonderful. And in my room, so this is my room here. So I have a wonderful room. I slept like a baby last night. So I have my own room, and I have my own bathroom. Beautiful shower, everything. So that is the so that is the situation. Let me flip this camera around here. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I got this. There we go. Okay, now that's much, much, much better. As I wipe the sleep out of my eye, I gotta find my cup of coffee. There's my cup of coffee. But anyway, so Hmm. Boy, that's good. But Toowoomba is known as the Garden City. And every year in September, even 6K subscribers and only me watching. I know. Isn't that something? Let me open up the door. There we go, outside. I know, isn't that something? 16,000 subscribers and only you watching. What does that say about you? I mean, what? In all honesty, with all those subscribers and you being the only one watching, what does that say about you? I mean, think about it for a moment. It probably means that 15,999 other subscribers have got a life, and and maybe you don't. But anyway, so let me show you the neighborhood here. Hmm. What does that say about them? No, I think it's more, what does it say about you? But anyway, so look at the neighborhood. This is the neighborhood. So for $50 a night, you see, Airbnb. Hey, Mark and Nancy, look at this. So this home right here, I was told, is probably about $400,000 U.S. dollars. You see, something like that. And this is the neighborhood. Just a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. You walk up and down these streets. This is a busier street than most, but you walk up and down this street, and the homes are just absolutely delightful. The homes are just really, really, really beautiful. But anyway, the couple that owns this home, they're government workers. They work for, I guess it's the equivalent of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. A lot of agriculture. Let me turn the camera back around. So a lot of agriculture in this area. Um, as you're driving in to Toowoomba, it's just a lot of farms all around the place. But anyway, if you get a chance, go to YouTube and type in Toowoomba uh, Flower Festival or something like that. I went down to the park here yesterday, and my God, I don't know that I've seen a park like that in a long, long, long time. I mean, it is a spectacular park. It is a beautiful park, just so well maintained and groomed and everything. And they've got all these flower beds. They've just got, oh, I don't know how many flower beds, but you see flower beds everywhere, and they're all planted, but they're not blooming yet. I was the only blooming I was the only one blooming, because people often call me a blooming idiot. They'll say, "Oh, don't be a blooming idiot." So I was the only one. I was the only thing blooming down in the park yesterday. But they've got everything planted for the big festival in September. And people are saying, "Well, you really got to come back. You really got to come back in September. You got to see the festival." And I went on YouTube and I looked, and oh my God, it was just incredible. Absolutely an incredible festival. But anyway, so that's about it. I'm freezing right now, and on the temperature's cold. Temperature is probably about freezing. I think we're about 3,000 feet up, 3,000 feet above sea level right now. So anyway, you know what? A lot of you Aussies, any of you Aussies out there that are familiar with Brisbane or the greater Brisbane area, I'm really curious to know what you would say. I just bought a peace lilies. Okay, so I'm really curious to know what some of you would say as far as like Brisbane. I'm toying with the idea. I was going to rent an apartment and lock myself into a 3-month contract, and I was going to pay anywhere from about 1,400 1400 a month, upwards to about 1800 a month, plus the extras. So I was looking at committing to a 3-month contract at about, let's just say 2000 a month for sake of conversation. And I started looking around at Airbnb today, particularly Airbnb in Brizzy. And for 50 bucks a night, like this place that I got here for 50 bucks a night, it's all well and good, being a member of the family and everything. But ultimately, I want my own place. And I was looking around on Airbnb, and there's no shortage of places in Brizzy that I could get for about 50 bucks a night, that are, like little apartments or what have you. The challenge that I have, and it's not so much of a challenge, but the one thing that I'm facing is, what's the best neighborhood? Where do I want to stay? Do I want to stay in Brizzy? Or do I want to find a place, closer to the coast or something like that? And maybe where it's a little bit warmer. I mean, this waking up in July, freezing my cojones off. Can I say cojones on YouTube? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So freezing my cojones off, you know, um, it's for the birds, you know. It really is for the birds. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But anybody out there that's familiar with oh, what is it? Brizzy. If you know, I'm not so much concerned as that, what are the neighborhoods to look for, like, where do I want to stay, as much as where do I not want to stay. I said it's usually easier, when you pull into a big town such as Brisbane or something like that. You want to be more conscientious of the neighborhoods that you don't want to stay in, because if you know where you don't want to stay, usually every town has, one or two dodgy neighborhoods or something like that. But anyway, all right, I need to get on with my day. Today is Monday, start of another work week, and no shortage of things to do on my no shortage of things to do on my plate. But speaking of plates, I need to get something for breakfast. So I hope everybody out there has a nice day. Before I go, I was talking to Savannah yesterday, and Savannah, she'll oftentimes send me pictures of the moon. And I guess last night she was just all caught up in the moon. Her son woke up in the late hours of the evening, and woke her up to look at the moon. And the moon was just spectacular. She was sending me these pictures. And last night I walked down to Toowoomba. And as I walked down to Toowoomba, I uh, I was walking home, and I saw the beautiful moon rising, off in the horizon. And as I watched the moon rising, as I was watching the moon come up over the horizon, it was a spectacular moon. It was just really, 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 really beautiful. As I was watching the moon come up over the horizon, in my mind, I could visualize the curvature of the Earth, and it was just, I felt a little bit more connected to Savannah. It was just an interesting perspective, an interesting bond, to see that moon coming up over the horizon in all its beauty, and to know that it was the same moon that just, hours earlier, that she was, waking up in the middle of the night to look at. It was comforting, if you will. So anyway, hmm, I need to get on with my day, and it's freezing. Oh, goodness gracious! All right, everybody out there, have a wonderful day.